Hello everyone, this is Brian Kaiser Tillman coming to you with General Grievous for the 15th episode of Traditional Tuesday. Now, I have to admit that while I like Star Wars, I never really was a big Star Wars fan. So when it came out, it was like, oh, well, it's there. Okay, that's cool. I like it. It's fun. But I was definitely more on the the fantasy side, where Star Wars was more on the sci-fi side. So while I did enjoy it, I wasn't one of the fanatic people that live by Star Wars. But I can admit to great character designs that live in the Star Wars universe. And as you all know, I'm a character designer and I love seeing great characters. And General Grievous was pretty cool when I saw him in the movies. And I think the main reason for that is the big contrast between this big, huge robot type guy. So he was a cyborg, but to have this looming, huge cyborg that wheezed and coughed the whole time. So you felt his humanity in his strong-looking outer case. So you felt how frail he actually was because he was constantly coughing and seeming like he was going to hack up a lung or something. So I really did enjoy that bit of storytelling when it came to General Grievous. And once we actually got to see what he was able to do, now that really caught me off guard, because once again, you always assumed, oh, well, we know he's the bad guy, so he's going to go fight someone. We knew that was going to happen, but I didn't know anything about him. I knew there were books written about him and stuff like that, so I really didn't know what was going to happen. So when he unleashed the lightsabers, and you're like, oh wow, okay, so he's gonna fight with lightsabers, and you're like, all right, so they're having their little fight and things were cool, and you're like, well, it's just some giant robot with lightsabers, nothing really too interesting there. And then somewhere halfway, was it halfway or at the very beginning, I forget, but when he reveals that he has 4 arms and 4 lightsabers, I was at the edge of my seat, and I was like, yes, that's what I'm talking about. Let's bring something different here, because when we saw Darth Maul and he had the dual lightsabers, it's like, oh man, that's different, that's awesome. And then when you saw General Grievous and he brought out his 4 lightsabers, you're like, yep, this is going to be a nice fight. And it was for a little bit, but in the end, the bad guys can't win, so you had General Grievous get disarmed and he ran off and all that good stuff. But that aspect of him having that human side to him, that having to cough and heavy wheezing or heavy breathing, and then to be such a skilled fighter with 4 lightsabers, was just a great bit of storytelling for me. I really did enjoy that. And as I have mentioned in pretty much all of my Traditional Tuesday videos since I have been doing voiceovers, is the fact of silhouette. And it is undeniable that General Grievous had a great silhouette. I mean, he was tall, he was lanky, had a lot of points sticking out of him. So no matter what, you knew when you saw him in silhouette, you knew that was General Grievous. Now, with that being said, I have to come back to telling you something about the process of this color pop. Normally, when I'm doing just people, it's really easy to do, but when it comes to things like Star Wars and cyborgs, and there's all these parts and stuff, it's really hard to keep it in that time frame that I've set for myself in doing these color pops. But it's always a nice challenge to have all these straight edges and making all these extra parts work and still look pretty good by the end. But I can tell you that this one was kind of tough because of all those straight edges. And I try not to use a ruler, but I did use the ellipse template to make some of the longer lines, because I knew that the straight lines were gonna not be straight if I didn't. But I have to say that doing these cyborgish and robot color pops are definitely interesting and challenging for me, and I really do enjoy them. And I hope that you enjoyed this video. Please like, share, and subscribe, and we will see you at the next video.